Attention passionate New York Giants fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC East and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on New York Giants' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true New York Giants fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your friends and New York Giants fans. Let's get to the news. Now folks, what we're hearing right now is truly seismic in the NFL landscape, especially for fans of the New York Giants. Rumors, whispers, reports, call it what you want, pointing toward a blockbuster trade that's starting to take shape, and it involves none other than Russell Wilson. Yes, you heard that right. The veteran quarterback, who's been a staple in the league since 2012 when he was drafted by the Seahawks in the first round, might be heading to the Las Vegas Raiders. Now, this isn't just a rumor about a simple swap. It's a strategic move that could reshape not only the Raiders' future, but also the Giants' plans moving forward. And all of this is happening against the backdrop of a very interesting NFL season, with the Giants currently sitting at a 2-3 record, struggling a bit with injuries and inconsistencies, but still very much in the thick of things. So, let's unpack this huge story and what it could mean for both teams and the division as a whole. The Giants, as many of you know, are in a bit of a rebuild phase. They're trying to set up a blueprint for long-term success, focusing on cap flexibility and youth development. Right now, they're dealing with a cap crunch of around $1.4 million, which is tight but manageable. The injuries have hit hard, especially at wide receiver, with Darius Slayton sidelined for 4 weeks due to a hamstring injury, and Neighbors, who was expected to be a key reserve, stepping into a bigger role. So, the front office is looking for ways to free up cap space and acquire young talent, and this potential trade with the Raiders might be exactly what they need. The plan is to focus on rebuilding, investing in the future, and perhaps making some strategic moves like extensions for key players such as offensive tackle Andrew Thomas and linebacker Jackson Dart, who's been showing promise as a rookie with a PFF grade of 76. 4. Meanwhile, the Giants' offense has been inconsistent, ranking 24th in the league with just about 20 points per game. That's partly due to the offensive line, which has allowed 248 passing yards per game, and also because of the secondary's struggles with injuries. The team is hoping that adding a veteran like Wilson could bring stability, leadership, and a spark to their offense, even if skepticism remains among some fans and analysts about his age. He's 37 now, after all. But what's really interesting is how this impacts the Raiders. Now, Las Vegas, with a 2-3 record and about $22 million in cap space, is looking to shake things up, especially with their offensive ranks currently sitting at 22nd in the league, averaging just 21 points per game. The addition of Wilson could be a game changer for them. His stats for 2025 are quite impressive. Through the first 5 weeks, he's completing 62% of his passes, averaging over 7.4 yards per attempt, with 4 touchdowns and just 2 interceptions. His advanced metrics highlight his resilience and playmaking ability, with a PFF grade of 85.6, and he's averaging 28 rushing yards per game, with a yards per carry average of 4.2. What makes Wilson special is his ability to extend plays, forcing missed tackles and making things happen outside the pocket. His scrambling ability, rated at 88.2 elusiveness, combined with a solid pocket presence comparable to Aaron Rodgers, makes him a dual threat that defenses have to respect. His injury history has been a concern: knee and oblique issues in 2025, and shoulder problems that caused him to miss 6 games last season. But when healthy, Wilson has shown that he can still be one of the most effective quarterbacks in the league. The Raiders, under head coach Antonio Pierce, are in a contender mode, trying to make a push for the playoffs and beyond. Adding Wilson would not only improve their quarterback situation, but also elevate the entire offense. His presence is expected to push their projected passing yards for the season to around 3,800, with an average of 1-2 yards per attempt increase and a significant reduction in interceptions, projected to decrease by 40%. This aligns well with the Raiders' current scheme, especially with a talented receiver like Davante Adams, who's been waiting for a quarterback to unlock his full potential. Wilson's experience and ability to connect in the red zone could result in a 20% increase in red zone touchdowns, which is huge for a team trying to close out games and make a playoff run. And let's not forget about the defensive side. The Raiders' defense, which currently ranks 16th in points allowed per game with 23, could benefit indirectly from Wilson's upgrade. Improved defensive efficiency often leads to fewer three-and-outs and more sustained drives, giving the defense some breathing room. Plus, with the offensive line allowing around 3.9 sacks per game, something that's been a concern, they might be able to get a boost from Wilson's ability to extend plays and scramble out of trouble. This, in turn, helps open running lanes, boosting their rushing attack, which ranks 19th with 112 yards per game. All these factors combined could accelerate the Raiders' push towards the AFC West standings, especially in a division where the Kansas City Chiefs are sitting undefeated at 5-0, and every win counts. Now, looking at the bigger picture, this trade could have playoff implications and even affect the odds of winning the Super Bowl LXI. Right now, the Raiders' Super Bowl odds sit at +4,500, but with Wilson in the mix, those odds could jump significantly. Some projections suggest a boost of +12%, pushing their chances of making a deep playoff run even higher. Wilson's knack for orchestrating comebacks in the postseason is well documented, and his experience in high-pressure situations could be exactly what Vegas needs to make a serious push. His ability to perform under pressure, combined with his proven track record of fourth-quarter comebacks, success rate of around 84%, makes him an X-factor for the Raiders. And when you consider the fact that Wilson can neutralize some of the league's top defenses, like the blitz-heavy Broncos, against whom he completes over 68% of his passes under pressure, the possibility of a Raiders' resurgence becomes even more real. So, what does all this mean for the Giants? Well, the main takeaway is that their focus on youth and rebuilding might be complemented by some strategic moves, like trading for draft picks and cap relief, with an eye toward future seasons. They're trying to build a team that can compete in the long run, with extensions for players like Thomas and Dart, and trying to get more out of their current roster. But losing a veteran like Wilson to a division rival, that's a tough pill to swallow, especially when they're trying to get their offense back on track. The Giants are in a delicate situation, balancing the need to develop young talent while also trying to stay competitive now. If they do make this move, it signals a clear shift toward a more aggressive rebuild, focusing on accumulating draft capital and cap flexibility for the future. Meanwhile, the Raiders are on a different trajectory. They're all in, trying to maximize their window with veteran leadership and a roster that can challenge the best of the AFC. The addition of Wilson, especially in a scheme led by Pierce, could be the missing piece that propels them into serious playoff contention. Fascinating chess match, with each team trying to outsmart the other, and the ripple effects could be felt across the division and beyond. And let's not forget, the AFC West is one of the most competitive divisions in the league right now. The Chiefs are undefeated, and teams like the Broncos and Chargers are also vying for playoff spots. If Wilson's addition helps the Raiders climb even higher in the standings, it could make this division even more unpredictable and exciting as the season progresses. The potential playoff scenario just got a lot more interesting, especially if Vegas can leverage Wilson's experience to make a deep postseason run. His ability to perform under pressure, combined with the talent they're assembling, could turn the Raiders into a legitimate contender, something no one saw coming just a few weeks ago. Now, talking about the NFL landscape, this move could also influence other teams' strategies. Teams might start looking more seriously at veteran quarterbacks or considering aggressive trades to shake up their rosters before the trade deadline on November 4th. For the Giants, the question is whether they'll hold on to their draft capital or see this as a moment to pivot and build for the future, even if it means losing a veteran like Wilson to a division rival. For the Raiders, it's about capitalizing on this opportunity, leveraging Wilson's experience to push for a Super Bowl appearance, especially with the team's current form and the rising odds. So in conclusion, folks, this rumored trade is more than just a headline. It's a potential game changer. For the Giants, it signals a focus on youth, rebuilding, and cap flexibility, maybe even a sign that they're willing to part ways with some established veterans for future gains. For the Raiders, it's a shot at redemption, a chance to shake off their inconsistency and challenge the top teams in the AFC. The league is buzzing, fans are on the edge of their seats, and as always, the NFL never ceases to surprise us. Whether this trade actually happens or not, it's clear that the season is shaping up to be one of the most exciting in recent memory, and the NFC East, along with the entire league, will be watching very closely. And now, New York Giants fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this? Do you think the Giants should make a move for Wilson, or is it better to stay the course and focus on developing young talent? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Giants community. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest New York Giants news. Thanks for watching, and as always, let's keep the passion alive.